Hello, welcome to the first drawing class. It's me, Chris, from the Cunning Craftsman. In this first video, we're going to be tackling a couple of dinosaurs, more like the Tyrannosaurus Rex for this first one. We're going to be looking at really simple shapes and throwing in your guidelines, keeping things really nice and loose, as you can see here. Don't be afraid if this looks really complicated, because it really isn't. This is literally just drawing a bunch of shapes next to each other in the right place, so it makes the rest of your drawing so much easier. Now once you get to a point where you don't even have to do this anymore, but if you are just starting out and you do want to get good, then I really stress that you should start scribbling some scratchy guidelines, and I'm going to show you how to do them so you can get some nice straight lines in there. I'm not sure how you want your T-Rex to turn out, whether you want it to be cartoony or realistic. Doesn't matter, this is just so you can get a basic shape. So I think we should make a start. If you get a nice blank piece of paper, you can use anything to draw with. Your guidelines should really be, you should be using a really lightly coloured pencil, like blue or red or orange, doesn't really matter. So we're going to start off with the head. Draw a nice little circle, maybe a bit bigger than a 10p. A slight arch downwards that leads to a larger circle. Now that's where the big thigh muscle is going to be of the Tyrannosaurus. Those huge, big, chunky muscles at the top of the legs, big chicken leg type of thing. That arch there would be the spine, and this little square I'm putting in now is basically a reference for the rib cage. You don't have to put that in. It's just so you kind of know where the line from the neck down to the big circle should go to. That little circle is going to be the top of the shoulder, or the shoulder point where the arm starts. So if you can stick that in there like that. Again, you might be able to go to the left or the right, depending on where you want your arm to be. Now the snout of the dinosaur, that can be any shape really. Again, it's more the end point, so you know where the nose is going to end. That's the main important part. And of course the bridge of the nose, but you can make that up when you get there. The tail, a nice swooping line coming from the top of the hip. You can have it swinging any which way, but for now I recommend just got a nice basic straight out the back. Now here I'm going to be putting in the top of the leg. Now there's quite a bit of structure in a dinosaur leg, kind of like a chicken leg or even a horse leg. So we'll put that little dot there, that's the top of where the thigh meets the hip, then go down with the first part of the leg to the knee, and then the second part to the heel, which kind of looks like a backwards knee, but it's a heel, and then to the flat of the feet. Now dinosaurs walk on their toes, so the heel sticks up. So you've got a bit of a lightning strike pattern going on there. Now that's a really basic way of getting the bone structure of the leg, and you can put the muscle around there, and I'll show you how to do it in a second. Now stick his little puny arms in, and they've only got tiny arms. Again, don't worry, this is so loose, you don't have to be, this doesn't have to be neat. You're going to be drawing over this. Don't really know what I'm doing with my hand there. Okay, so maybe his head a little bit smaller there. Now we're going to start joining these lines up. I'm going to put the neck in, going around the front of the rib cage, leading down to his undercarriage where his stomach is. Get a bit of his muscle in there. I just drew a little tiny kind of shoulder blade there. Again, a little lump, won't hurt anyone. His stomach's going to go down to this kind of weird little lump area. Only you've been to museums, you've seen skeletons, and you've seen Jurassic Park. They've got this kind of pelvic bone that comes out through there. You don't have to draw that. You can completely bypass it. Doesn't really matter. And then up to the tail. You don't want the tail too long or too short. Pretty much kind of half. The middle of the leg should be, the back leg should be kind of halfway really. Now we're going to start putting the thigh muscles on here to the front knee, kind of like a chicken leg. His little calf muscle pops in there to the heel, then back down. That is the heel. That's kind of the top of the foot, stretching out to the toes. I'll bring the ground up a little bit more. There's his toes to the ground. His back leg can be walking, so he can be sticking out the back or sticking out the front. I'm going to stick to the same kind of illustration I showed you at the beginning. So he's going to be stepping to the front. So his little knee's going to go there. This can be a bit awkward because you can't see the top of his thigh, but it's okay. As long as you get the main reference of the thigh and the calf and the heel. Let's stick that in there. He's stepping a bit forward. I think when it comes to this part, you've just got to realise about the balance. As long as the tail and the front of the body are kind of on both sides of the back leg, it's not going to look like it's going to tip over. So make sure you've got a nice little balance in there, if you know what I mean. You don't have to put any details in. You don't have to get too in depth at this stage. This is literally just so you have some basic lines to work on. Now, I like putting shade in, and I like using a lightly coloured pencil for this reason. It just makes it look a little bit more thought through, really. I'm going to put a few more details in here so you know where the mouth is and the jaw. We're going to put a little circle here, almost like it's rolled to the bigger circle, and that's where his jaw is going to be. So we can round that bit off there. Put a few more guidelines in. Again, you don't have to go so solid with these lines. These are just so you can see where I'm at. We'll put his arm in. We're going to start at each side of that little circle. That's where the top of his arm's going to start. Now down, tiny bit of definition for muscle to his forearm and then his wrist, his elbow, and his two tiny little fingers. Poor guy's not got any thumbs, so I doubt he gets to draw himself. But hey ho, I'm sure he managed okay. I'll stick his other one there just behind it. Again, don't worry about the details. Okay, here you've got the basic outline, the basic structure of the dinosaur. He's pretty much ready to go. I'm going to start sticking in a bunch of shadows purely because I love it. I love sticking shadows in. It just makes things look a little more 3D. It gives you an idea of how he's going to turn out towards the end. I'll stick a bit under his tail there. Your dinosaur is ready to go. You're pretty much ready to get your other layer on top of there. Now you can decide from here if you want it to be a cartoon, if you want it to be realistic, if you could even make it a robot if you wanted to. But now you've got the basic structure, the skeleton, the guidelines. These can be super loose, super sketchy, and a nice light pencil or felt tip. Right, I'm going to get my black pen out now. I use a brush pen, but again, it doesn't matter. You can use a biro, a thick pencil, just as long as it's darker than the bottom line. Now I'm going to make this a cartoony one, kind of like the first one. Really basic, just so you can see the shapes. I've given him a nice little eyebrow there, make him look a bit happy, a bit jolly. Rounded his nose off, a bit innocent. Nice little smile. And then I'm going to join that jaw up with the little circle I put in to represent his jaw. Round off his head. And if you can, try and keep these lines, these black lines, smooth in one stroke. Doing scratchy lines and trying to draw like 50 lines to make one line is a bad habit at the end of the day. And it's not a style, you can't get away with that. It's a bad habit. If you're confident with your guidelines, you can quite literally just one stroke over them. Keeps it nice and neat, and it'll stop you from being frustrated, and it'll stop you from rubbing things out. So if you just follow the lines you've made from your original guide sketch, it should all link up. See, nice fluid lines. Back down to his feet and his toes. See that? One swoopy line. Now sometimes it can take a while to get the confidence to just do one swoopy line. But again, that's why the guidelines are there. It's to eliminate you thinking too much. Now you're kind of tracing over what you've just done. You've already done the hard work. This is the fun bit. Okay, so there he is. Oh, I need to put his eye in, don't I? Where is his eye going to go? Tell you what, let's be sensible and we'll sketch it in. Is he going to go there? Like this? Yeah, he's going to have quite a big cartoony eye. I think I'm looking forward. just pop it in. Again, you can do it any way you want. You can do one big solid black blob for an eye. You can even have him wearing sunglasses, so you don't even have to draw an eye. But there it is, and don't forget his nostril. If you're happy with what you've done, you can stop here, and you can be pretty confident in the fact that you've just drawn yourself a Tyrannosaurus Rex. However, I like to fiddle around, so I'm just going to put a few little lines of definition in, where his bones might be sticking out, or a few muscles might be. Might have a bit of loose skin under his neck. Not too much though. I've already put his mouth line in, and there he is. I think what I'm going to do though is just emphasize those shadows. Now, to emphasize a shadow, of course, don't use a black and don't use the same red. Use a mid-tone, like a grey, a light grey. So I'm going to really loosely sketch these in. Again, it's a fun thing to do. It gives it depth, makes it more three-dimensional. It'll give you a bit more of an understanding of where light comes from and goes. So we're going to imagine the light source is coming from the very top, right above his back. Like that. Good work, Chris. So all the light's going to be hitting the back. It's going to be hitting tiny bumps and lumps on his back, on his shoulder, on the back of his thigh. Again, it might help you if you do watch a bit of Jurassic Park or something, so you can just see how bulky these muscles can be and where the light can fall. But again, just enjoy it. Imagine where this light isn't hitting. So his whole jawbone's probably going to get covered up with shadow there as well. Under his chin, under his eye maybe. Yeah, definitely under his chin. There's no light getting under there. It'll probably hit the top of his shoulder, so we'll leave that. Back of his arm, under his forearm. That back arm's not going to get any light at all. So all under his belly, all under his rib cage. You could even put a few little references to the ribs in there if you wanted to. Again, check out a book, look at some dinosaur drawings, you'll see what I mean. Back of his leg. Now draw this nice little curved shadow just there, because his leg isn't flat, is it? It's a curved object. So the shadow wouldn't be straight, it would be curved with it. So remember that. Very simple little thing to remember. Now the back of his leg is going to be carving out, not carving out, it's going to be catching the light on the top, and it's going to be going back under where the muscles are. So get those all shadowed in too. Under his knee. Remember, there will be some bumpy, lumpy, muscly bits, so you can play with this. The more kind of definition you make, the more real he's going to look. Right, get this all under the tail. And don't forget to put the shadow on the ground that it's casting. And there you have it. Yeah, I really hope your Tyrannosaurus Rex has turned out how you wanted it to. Now remember, this is totally practicing. This is just so loose, and it's all about getting those guidelines in and those circles and shapes to make it easier for you. And you can apply this to every animal, everything you want to draw. And obviously we'll get into those in the other videos. But yeah, please just have fun with it now. You've got yourself a dinosaur. Add to it where you want. Give it some spikes. Give it some spots. Give it a hat. Give it everything you want. Make it into a robot. It's totally your domain now. I'd love to see anything you create. If you could send it over to my email, or maybe just put it on my Facebook page. I'd be so happy to see them, and I might even get a nice prize out to the best one. Really hope you enjoyed this little class. Take a look at this, what I've just doodled. So I've just used all the same principles that we have just gone through, adding all the guidelines and the sketching and whatnot. I've just doodled on top and had some fun with it. So let's see what you can do. Till next time, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. See you soon.